5:18 this morning. Today in our Morning Buzz, we're talking about an intern going viral this morning after making a mistake, catching millions.
Can you imagine this being
No,
this intern?
I mean, yes, I can. I can imagine. So take a look at this. HBO sending out that apology. We told you about this. Subscribers are receiving a test email, and they're like, sorry, it's the intern's fault.
Yeah, so now people are responding with their own mistakes in the workplace. So let's take a look at some of the stories they're now sharing. So first one, dear intern, when I was 25, I made a PDF assigning each employee to the Muppet that they reminded me of most. I meant to send it just to a work friend, but I accidentally sent it to the entire company. My supervisor wanted to fire me, but the owners, Bert and Ernie, they intervened here.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so this one says, dear intern, I was using my desktop calendar to make a monthly note of when I started my menstrual cycle, but after several months I realized I was making that note on a calendar I share with all of my colleagues company-wide. I was 37 years old. So a couple more of these coming in.
All right, dear intern, I once globally took down Spotify. It almost happened twice. My team was awesome about it though, and I'm still here. You managed to find something broken in the way integration tests are done. It's a good thing, and it'll help improve good things and improving good things. Good luck. That's true though. You know, if he was able to send this to subscribers, there obviously an issue there.
It's true. This one says, dear intern, I once didn't recognize then VP George H.W. Bush, almost did not let him into a meeting in the cabinet room.
Excuse me, gotta get somewhere.
Yeah, he's like, listen, we gotta get you out of here. He was actually very gracious as the HBO Max help appears to be, he'll be fine. So, okay,
all right,
nice.
Another one here. This is out of Facebook. Dear intern, once early in my career, I got my company's Facebook ad account banned. We couldn't advertise for 4 days, making things worse. We had to launch a campaign on that same day. My boss was awesome though. He said, things like this happen. Let's get through this. Don't worry. That's the best part. Some bosses though, you know, because sometimes you're the intern that's like just fetching coffee, and bossed around. But if you're actually able to do something, you screw up, the boss, it's like, hey, you know what? Things happen.
We were talking about this, so it wasn't so much interning, but when we first started our jobs, I remember the first assignment I got, news director hands me the keys to the Jeep and he's like, move this around the back. I backed the news Jeep up into a dumpster, shattered the back window. First thing they asked me to do.
You're like, yeah.
So I went in and I was like, I have breaking news.
Whitney Martin reporting to duty.
So yeah, that was a little rough. But you have a hilarious one.
So I think I was an intern. Yeah, I was only an intern at the other station I worked at for a couple weeks, and then I was hired on as a photographer. But you know, sometimes they let you practice like a story or whatever, but they actually aired it. So I was out on an interview, and we always ask you, hey, can you say and spell your first and last name?
We'll make sure we get it right. So we had them spell it.
And I'm sure I was quiet, and the person didn't really hear me, so he goes, Robert. And I think he only thought that I said, can you say and spell your name? And so I go on air in this package, and I'm like, oh, Rob Ert. And I'm listening to it while I'm watching it on TV, and I'm like, I bet his name's Robert, and I'm saying his name is Rob.
Did anyone ever say anything?
Oh yeah, afterwards.
So the bottom graphic you see is Rob Ert.
And then in the rest of the story, I refer to him as Ert. Like, you know how we say people's last name? You know, we'll be like Whitney Martin. Martin then went on to say, whatever. And I was like, Ert.
Did he ever message?
I don't think so. I don't know.
So funny. Well, it was in the Rockford area. So Rob Ert, if you are watching, please call us. We'd love to do a live phone interview with you. It's so funny. Joey, have you ever made just a huge fail on air?
I never. Well, I mean, every day we get to make a fail on air. But when I was an intern, I worked at Olive Garden at the same time. And so I worked my shift at Olive Garden, went to my overnight shift because I worked the morning. And I didn't get anything, there was nothing wrong with the shift for the internship. I went home. I had actually planned a breakfast with the groom. I was a part of his wedding. But because I was so tired, I went to go home and take a nap. I slept through the entire breakfast. He went there alone, had coffee, breakfast. I woke up.
Thanks, Joey.
Yeah, I woke up and I was just so embarrassed.
Oh my god.
I feel like that's such a Joey mistake, though, in the sense of like,
Slept 10 hours.
he worked too hard.
Right.
That he, you know what I mean?
Right.
Like, he's like, I had 2 jobs at the same
an
time.
an overachiever.
And like,
Thank God we made it up though.
Yeah.
I got to go see a Star Wars movie with him.
Oh,
so
okay.
yeah, so
Nice.
we all made it up.
All is well.
All is well with my friend Jordan and I.